what that intro means. It's time for us to get our wealth building tip on Wealthy Wednesday with the one and only Joe Lorick. Good morning, Uncle Joe.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Uncle Joe, what's up?
Uncle Joe. Good morning. How are you?
I can't complain. I'm living my life like it's gold, and I'm good.
I know that's right, Uncle Joe. So what you got for us this week?
Well, in fact, look, I'm glad you queued up that song because gold is real, and what I'm going to talk about today is dealing with realities, okay? I'm going to talk about the state of black wealth, or for those that don't identify as black, the state of wealth for Americans of African descent. I'm only going to say that once, but
however they want it.
Everyone's covered. Yeah, I got to make sure everyone's covered. You know what I mean?
Right.
But and the reason, look, I would like to start Black History Month with this topic is because, well, you know what? Instead of going into all of that, I'm going to throw out some numbers, and you can tell me what you think after I throw out the numbers, okay?
Okay.
According to the U.S. Census, as of 2020, median household income for us, black Americans, is $45,000 per year. It's $55,000 for Hispanics, $75,000 for white, and $95,000 for those who identify as Asian.
Wow.
We also have the lowest home ownership rate and the lowest median home value at $150,000, while everyone else is above $200,000. We have the highest median student loan debt before and after graduation. We also have the highest and only increasing unemployment rate at 7.1% compared to most at 3%. And we have the lowest savings balance. And the only category where we don't have the most debt, or at least assets, is median retirement account balances, but we're even in danger of falling backwards there. This is the state of black wealth. And I bring it up today of all days because we often acknowledge during this time certain things. We speak of the riots and protests of the late 60s, the Civil Rights Act of 64, the Poor People's Campaign March on Washington organized by the late Dr. Martin Luther King. Yet those inequalities have mostly grown in the last 60 years. So while today we appear wealthier, the numbers suggest that's just a facade, much like our IG and TikTok reels.
Wow.
Don't let Kanye's money, Jay-Z's money, or Rihanna's baby confuse you about the reality of our wealth.
Talk.
Okay.
And the exceptions we know don't represent the whole, just like social media highlights don't erase student loan debt. The reality is we are in the midst of the largest transfer of wealth ever, as the numerous baby boomers pass their wealth to a smaller generation. So it is of the utmost importance that we address these real disparities today, because tomorrow the working poor will continue to grow faster than our shrinking middle class. But with all that said, Uncle Joe still has some good news for you. You know, I don't try to, take it down. I have to deal with reality. We got to get some straightening every once in a while before we find the good. We got to talk about it. I will say that today we have the greatest opportunity in the last 80 years to reduce these gaps, because we're also going through a fourth industrial revolution, one that will not balance all economic scales, because that's not even possible without serious reparations. But it does create once-in-a-generation opportunities, because major economic shifts destroy long-standing staple businesses and temporarily create new openings for those willing to work collectively, even if that only starts with 2 or 3 individuals. So again, now that the realities of black wealth have been stated, because sometimes that's what we have to do, we will only be discussing over the next few weeks solutions and opportunities that are presented because of this fourth industrial revolution. Because as much as we like to talk about what's in front of us, we do have to acknowledge what's behind us. But once we do that, we can focus on obtaining what's ahead of us, which is only opportunity. So guys, make sure you stick with me over these next week. I promise you I won't be straightening over the last few weeks. I just have to start that way to start Black History Month, because before we go into the opportunities, I want us to deal with reality. So stay with me next week. Tune in again. This is Joe Lord with your Wealthy Wednesday tip of the day. Look, I hope you have a prosperous week, and I look forward to continuing the discussion of black wealth with you over the next few weeks.
Thank you so much, Uncle Joe. We appreciate you always.
Hey, no problem. I look forward to talking to y'all next week.
Absolutely. Tyler B., where can they find Uncle Joe?
You can find him on Instagram and Facebook at Joseph Lorick.
All right. Thank you so much. Talk to you next week.
Have a good one.
You too. The information and services offered by Joe Lorick may not be suitable for all investors. He is a guest of WEAA, and his opinions do not reflect the opinions of Good Morning Baltimore, WEAA, or Morgan State University.
I'm trying to give you $1 million worth.